It is New Year's Day, but I wanted to share with you guys a bunny routine because we show the bunnies in the videos, and obviously their cage is like gigantic in our apartment, but I feel like I've told you guys about them, but I've never like shared their actual routine, and today is the weekend, and it's really good because we have to change their litter box, correct? Their litter box has to go out?
Yes.
Yeah, so their litter box got to be changed. So we can also show like vacuuming and everything. It is like super late in the morning because Jacob and I slept in because I worked the previous night and then didn't really sleep that well yesterday. But we had plans anyway. So we slept a ton last night. However, this routine would be the same if Jacob usually is the one that feeds them in the morning because I'm either usually sleeping or working. So same routine, just a little bit shorter today. So it is like 11:30, but as you guys could tell, our buns are ready to be fed. And yeah, their whole cage is disgusting, but we need to clean it. They love chewing this mat, and also they chew it when they get mad. And we didn't feed them that early this morning, and they are very routinistic animals. So as you could tell, they get fed on the third floor. That is their water bowl, and also that last night, ooh, it's not focusing. That little bed last night was actually on the third floor, and it has been. This is the first time they've thrown it down, but they have a history of throwing stuff down. And they used to have a food bowl, but Gus thought it was fun to shove it off the side and break it on the floor. They haven't done that one, although that one's heavier with water in it. So Jacob is going to feed them. Yeah, Gus, go up your ramp, buddies. Usually they can hear. We have the bag of food up there in the corner, and they get a half cup because they get 2/4 cups, and we just spread it out. Jacob, can you spread it out, please? Because that actually makes it harder for them to eat it like super quickly. Yeah, like take it and spread it out with your whole hand. Alright, so this is what it actually should look like with it spread all over the floor. That just helps them eat it more slow. Same concept with dogs. And then they are currently molting, which they do like every 3 months. So they usually are pretty good with keeping up with each other grooming, but they've kind of gotten behind on each other. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Phoebe. You have the most hair ever. So I need to groom them today, but I also need to like shower and stuff. So they are going to get done earlier in the day than later because I don't want to have like wet hair, nor do I want to put my outfit that I have to leave the house with later and have bunny hair over it. So I just have like pajamas on that I can take off afterwards because, yeah, I'm like kneeling sometimes and their poop on the ground, TMI, but I vacuum it up. So they're gonna eat. We'll eat breakfast. I'll groom them. Their litter box will be then taken out, and I will vacuum them and show you guys what that looks like. And then you guys will see tonight they'll get their veggie time, which is a whole nother thing. like I said, they're very routinistic. So when it comes to that time, when I pull stuff out of the fridge and I start cutting on the cutting board, they know what time it is. Alright guys, I have gotten ready for the day, and it is now time to groom them. The way we set it up is that we have our carpet is where we do it. Sometimes I will do it like in their cage, but it's just easier to do it this way. And I have the hated brush over there. Jacob will stand here. I will grab one of them, most likely Gus, because if I grab Phoebe first, Gus knows what's up, and then he's skittish and a freak, and he's very hard to grab in the first place, so I try to grab him first. And then Phoebe's like the easy second one. And Gus also doesn't need as much grooming this time as Phoebe does, but he still needs good grooming. And then we will gate them in, and then I will groom them for a while. They usually will thump at me. I don't know if we'll get that on camera, but I currently have blocked them in on the second floor, as I will just like throw some books there, and yes, they have chewed those. But if they go up to the third floor, I will then block them off on the third floor. It's not focusing, just so I can grab them to make it easier. So in a minute, you guys will see them over there on the mat with me, and maybe Jacob will get a little footage of me grooming them. As you can see, Gus now is in the little area. And also I forgot to add that we do shove all of the pillows and the blankets on the couch in the corner because they will try and dig to Neverland. They'll try and dig through walls. They're not going to get anywhere. But it just makes it easier so that they don't go in there, because then it's harder to get them back out. He's freaking out right now. He knows he's about to get groomed. So on bunnies, the areas that they hate being touched are their legs, so we'll more start up here, and then if need be, I will put their head down so they're like in submissive, and then it's easier to get to sides, although sometimes they still try to like grab this and bite it. But like I said, Gus doesn't have too many tufts, but it's also hard to pull them out on him because, like I said, he's very spazzy, so. And there are a few different brushes that we've tried. Gus has thicker skin, so it's harder to bring this through than Phoebe's. but Phoebe also has a lot more. It also could be hard to like flip them around to get them to show you like the side of the butt. Like sometimes they'll favor a certain side, so they won't want you to like grab it. Yeah, he didn't like that. But that one's a tough one, buddies. Gosh, man, you gotta get grown, buddies. You got a skirt. Hey, stop being a little. There you go. That one was like more matted. All right, so Gus is done. As you can see, he has like a few big piles that we've taken off. He did thump. He still has like, it's a bunch on his foot over here, which I think Phoebe's just, yeah, he's very angry. He's grunted a few times. He doesn't like touching him. His butt has a lot of them, but like, it's all like around the very bottom, so those are a little tough to get. But we're gonna let him go back. We let him freely, like we moved the gate and let him freely go back. So we're gonna let him go back now, and then Phoebe will be the next one. We have Phoebe here. Phoebe usually has more hair, although Phoebe's more tolerant of this. She did thump once she got in here. She was not happy with me. But I did kind of grab her in a funny way because she tried to run. I know, Gertie. Phoebe was all nice and sweet last night, and she is the one who will try and physically bite and take the grooming brush. Can I have that, please? Thank you. So she gets more hair, like also, like we have to take more up here as well, where Gus doesn't get as many tufts up here. Like I said, she's more tolerant. We try and start up here instead of going straight to the butt where they don't like us touching them. You guys can see like the difference, probably in the light, of the different like layers of hair she has, depending on color. Like that's just from a few brushes. Alright, my camera battery died, so we'll just film the rest on my phone. But Phoebe's done. She has a few more layers. She'll probably need to be done like a few times within the next week or something, because she'll probably molt a ton more. I can tell that like this area is going to have a lot of hair, and there's still even like more coming off of her. And this is the pile of like Gus and Phoebe. So now we're gonna let her go, and then we will go and we will vacuum the entire 3-floor condo apartment, penthouse as we like to call it. And then they will be clean, and Jacob also will, in the midst of that, like take the litter box out. We have in fact removed the books that we put up, like blocking their ramp, but they're still down there because they don't know that. Jacob's about to take out the litter box. We used to have 2 litter boxes in there. That's a little chew box that they love, as you can tell. We used to have 2 down there, and they kept kicking the poop out. So we instead switched this other one that actually sits in the corner and saves a lot of space. The top pops off, but you can carry it like that. We can also take that little tan part off the front if we need to like pick them up out of it, because sometimes they like to take refuge in there when we're trying to get them. And then Jacob will dump that out and fill it back up with all of the litter. And then obviously I'll take this part out. Sometimes the bunnies like to take this time to explore that area, but I will be vacuuming it up. And these mats that we have around the apartment are actually for the bunnies, specifically 2, and they feel more safe on them. It gives them some traction because they don't like being on this floor, they slide on it. So they're 100% allowed to chew these. The ones that they've chewed the most is this one, because they like to sit here because it's near our bedroom. That's clothing for me to donate. It's near the bedroom, so they can kind of watch us at night, which just sounds a little weird, but that's why they like to sit here. And it's also halfway to their penthouse. So yeah, they chew this one. We usually get them like a new one every few months. It's like $20 from Sam's Club, and it's totally worth it because they love to chew it. More Phoebe than Gus. We have a shop vac that they've actually chewed the tubing of initially when we first got it, but it still works. So that's fine. It's really loud, so I actually wear earmuffs. You'll see those in a second, but the poop, we're gonna get rid of their dig box because they really don't use it. But the poop will come like all the way out here. They'll kick it. It will sometimes go under the chairs. It will go over there. Every once in a blue moon, it will like make it as far as over there. But we always vacuum. Like I'm gonna vacuum that, so I'll have the vacuum over there. And sometimes it goes in the bathroom because they're just the way they are, right, Phoebe and Gush? So I'm gonna get my supplies out. We have everything up here that we use. Let's see, these are my headphones that I use, although Jacob doesn't use them. And then let's see, where's my, this is my favorite. It's my scraper, the top floor. I think there's not too much hair on the top floor for me to vacuum up, but this is what I use it for, is I like scrape the bottom and then I get a bunch of like hair. You'll see it, like I can do it more in here. Yeah, so this is how I get like all of their hair off. This is really for like animals and stuff. It has that serrated edge. But I use it on their cage. That vacuum also is like 35 bucks and it fits perfectly over there, but we bought it when they were upstairs. I'm trying to think of what else. I think that's pretty much it. Sometimes it gets like clogged like right where it goes into the vacuum, so I have to like shove my finger in there. But that's pretty common, and I'm about to clean up this entire mess of a home. Alright guys, check it out. Look at that. We do in fact have these closed because we're gonna run our robot vacuum. This is like the toy corner in there, so that doesn't always get as clean. That's all clean. There's obviously no hay down there anymore, and they're still on the 3rd floor with all of their hay, all of their food just like spread out, and they're relaxed now. And then we will see you guys later for veggie time. Oh, hey guys. It is like 8:20ish. The bunnies have been relaxing, although they're kind of starting to get awake because it's around the time that we usually do the VEGGIE. Anyways, the bunnies have like their nocturnal, they have their awake times. Their wake times are typically like 3 to 4 a.m., kind of 8 to 10 a.m., and then usually they'll start waking up around like 7, 8, and then they'll usually be active until they usually get their veggies. Since they're getting it a little early, they might be active around like 9:30, 10, and then they'll kind of fizzle out, sometimes till 11, depending on when we go to bed. But let's talk about what we do for veggies. So technically each of them, we originally did the calculations when we got them, and they're each supposed to have 2 cups. Now we could feed them separately, but knowing bunnies, that doesn't work. So we don't really like measure anymore, we just more like ballpark. So I'm gonna show you guys kind of just like the amount of what we'll give them. So like I do the cutting stuff first because it's just easier, and then everything else I grab, and then I'll tell you guys like what else we have given them in the past. So yeah, about that much for me to show you. It's gonna fall. And then I will do 1 piece of celery stalk. This is kind of what it looks like when it starts to kind of go bad and like floppy, but we don't really use this though, so this will be going in the trash. So we also do a fruit. We've cut down on the fruit significantly because of Phoebe not being the skinniest girl in the world that she needs to be. We also love food huggers. This saves us from having to like lose an entire apple. Although this apple's kind of bruised, so it's super bruised on this side, so I'm only going to use that. And I will cut this into about 8 pieces for them to eat, and then that will go in the trash. So we've also done like bok choy leaves, dandelion leaves, a bunch of fruits. They love pears too. They've done cherries. Ooh, I dropped some on the floor, but that's okay. We've done cranberries, any treats that they get in their subscription box. We will sometimes give them, we won't give it during the day as like a treat, we'll give it at nighttime. Again, because we don't want to give them too much sugar. They like their kale, although kale can make some bunny breeds really gassy. I'll do about this much. And then I've got romaine. You dying?
I'm good.
I think today we'll do a little more. We don't have as many herbs today, so because of that, I'm gonna like make up for more romaine. But this much is not a bag that we will eat any food out of. If we want romaine for salads or anything, we will have a separate bag. And this bag goes in the veggie drawer, which is really the bunny's veggie drawer. Like we don't put any of our veggies really in there. And then usually we have cilantro and parsley, but when Jacob went to the store, we couldn't get one of them. Let me see which one we could not get. This is curly parsley. They can do regular or curly, I think. And I think there's Italian parsley or something. But we were able to get parsley and not cilantro, which usually we give them about that much of each. So put that on the plate. And so because of that, we get them mint instead because they can have mint leaves. They can also have basil leaves. We do basil more in the summer because we can grow it. And also I think bunnies don't love mint as much as other things. Ooh, and there's a honestly, I'm actually just going to give them one because there's a lot of little leaves on this. So this I'll kind of just spread throughout. Alright, so this is what it looks like. So yeah, that's just kind of what we like ballpark in our heads. So now we will give it to them, and we like to sing the infamous veggie song, Jacob, would you like to sing the veggie song?
No, not on camera.
You don't want to sing it?
Not on camera.
Alright, pretty much it goes veggie time, veggie time. You know what time it is at veggie time. But we'll just give it to them because they know it's coming because they heard me cutting up stuff. Hi! Oh, hello, sir. Are you ready for your veggies? Phoebes. They will actually get like really uptight about their veggies. Sometimes they'll even nip at each other because sometimes one of them gets happy and does circles, and that's interesting because usually Phoebe is the one who runs away with it. You kicked that poop out. Alright, ready? There you go. So as you can see, I literally cleaned today and there's already like 3 poops. Oh, okay. Oh, jeez. Well, if anybody knows anything about Phoebe, she's a vulture and will eat like it is her very last meal. Yeah, I'm talking about you, girly. Gosh, man, what you gonna pick? He loves carrots. That's his thing. Oh, you're eating apple buddies. So that's really gonna be it for their whole routine. And I think we pretty much, like I wanted to do the routine with the litter box because I felt like that really encompassed their whole routine instead of us just like feeding them in the morning or the night. And for anybody who's wondering, we do the Oxbow rabbit grain, and then for the litter we do the So Fresh brand. We don't do the rabbit though, or the small critter animal, whatever. We do the cat litter because it's the same size, it's recycled paper, it's non-dusty, and it's cheaper to get the cat than the rabbit. And then we just do Timothy hay. We buy it in like 25 pounds. I want to say from Stanley, but Oxbow is now offering 50 pounds for the same price as the Stanley. So we are going to be we just got a new shipment, so after this we're going to be switching to the Oxbow. And we get the Western Timothy hay because that's what bunnies are supposed to get. So thank you guys for watching. I don't think anybody's probably going to watch this. Probably nobody cares, but that is our rabbit routine for the day. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.